We start tonight at 11 with the three major updates you need to know tonight when it comes to this COVID-19 pandemic. Number one, Dr. Anthony Fauci said tonight a vaccine could be ready by January if everything goes according to plan. AstraZeneca is a major drug company producing millions of doses of a trial vaccine before approval. Number two tonight, unemployment report that came out tonight shows another 57,000 Hoosiers filed claims just last week. Across the country, 3.8 million more Americans have filed for unemployment. Now, that's lower than previous weeks, but still significantly higher than we typically see. Finally, a new warning from doctors linking COVID-19 with an increase in strokes. And Andrea, it seems like a lot of people impacted by this are in their 30s or even younger.
That's right, Scott. In fact, while older Hoosiers are typically more at risk from serious COVID-19 complications, this is really something that doctors are seeing more now in younger patients. Tonight at 11, our own Alan Carter shares the effort from an Indiana doctor who's trying to solve this medical mystery.
There's still so much about this disease we don't know. While COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on people's lungs, it's the effect on our brain that has Dr. David Josephson's attention.
And there's something about this virus that either makes our blood too thick or causes some other inflammatory response that leads to stroke in some young people.
But here in Indianapolis, Dr. Josephson says there's been people with COVID-19 having strokes in their 40s, 30s, and even 20s.
Even their 20s, we've seen, I think, here in Indianapolis, the youngest patient we had was in his late 20s, who had no other risk factors, and this happened.
This isn't to sound alarmist, but the concern is in young people writing off the symptoms and avoiding medical attention because of the coronavirus.
But we can tell you that the risk of not going to the emergency room and having a stroke outweighs any risk of COVID-19.
These are the signs to look for. Remember the acronym FAST: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and it's time to call for help. Dr. Josephson says this is still a small percentage of cases, but again, there's so much we don't know.
But people should be aware of it. Until we get through this, we're not going to know retrospectively how common it is. But as brain doctors, this has really gotten our attention.
And being open here, my father suffered a stroke a year and a half ago. Now, he did survive, but at the time, the warning signs of a stroke wasn't something that was on my radar. So even if it's not COVID-19 related, knowing what to look for could save not only your life, but maybe the life of someone close to you.
Thank you so much, Alan. We'll, of course, post a link to Alan's story to our website, including that FAST acronym to really recognize the signs of a stroke. Just go to WTHR.com/coronavirus.
Indiana's current stay-at-home order runs through tomorrow. So the big question tonight, will the governor extend it or make some tweaks and begin lifting some of those restrictions? Now, he hasn't revealed any specifics yet, only to say that he's going to be rolling out next steps and do it in stages. Here's what we know tonight. More than 1,000 Hoosiers have now died from COVID-19. Nearly 95,000 people have been tested. Almost 18,000 of those were positive. That's 19%. State leaders want to see that testing rate go down. Here's some good news, though. Indiana still has ventilators and ICU beds available, and hospital admissions and EMS runs across our state are down tonight. Now, Marion County continues to be hardest hit right now with 5,530 cases and 328 deaths. Now, because of this, the mayor of Indianapolis, Joe Hogsett, has now extended Marion County's stay-at-home order for 2 more weeks.
We are not in the clear yet. Prematurely reopening the economy and thereby perhaps setting back the progress we have made would do more harm to business and employees in the long term. And we do not want to go through this again.
This new order will relax restrictions on golf courses and farmers markets. The governor said today he fully supports that measure.
We will not strip away any local authority that wants to go above and beyond the recommendations or the standards that we're setting for our whole state.
Now, the numbers are climbing in some of our donut counties. In Johnson County, 579 positive cases. Hendricks County has 667, and Hamilton County has 755. The governor said whatever is announced tomorrow as it relates to reopening is going to be a gradual process with policies in place to prevent a second surge.
And noon tonight, we're also getting some new numbers now on how the state is enforcing the stay-at-home order across the state of Indiana. In fact, as of yesterday, the state received more than 1,200 complaints alone. About 1,100 were determined unfounded. The state issued 115 verbal warnings, but no citations. And also tonight, neighboring state Ohio just released its plans to reopen. Beginning tomorrow, healthcare providers can reopen. On May 4th of next week, offices, construction, and manufacturing sectors, they will then resume. And then on May 12th, consumer and retail services will reopen. Now, each of these phases come with health restrictions now in place to protect all of its employees. Now, we know that Governor Eric Holcomb here in Indiana has been really talking to neighboring states like Ohio, even Michigan, when they're going to figure out reopening plans there. But of course, this does not mean that Indiana will follow those same phases. We'll keep you updated on what happens here in our state. Meanwhile, tonight, in addition to the governor's big announcement on the stay-at-home order, COVID-19 testing will now expand across the Indianapolis area beginning tomorrow. Marion County is preparing for a second day of free testing at Eastern Star Church off of 30th Street. This is open tomorrow from 10 to 6 p.m. with a drive-up or even a walk-through option. You have to register online and make an appointment before you actually show up there to the church. And in Carmel, Area Diagnostic Labs is now setting up a brand new testing site at Northview Church. That is open from 9 to 5 tomorrow. Now, this testing site is not free, but you don't have to exhibit any symptoms to actually get the test. You can set up an appointment and pay online. You'll get results within 48 hours.